What if life isn't a single journey, but a magnificent endless adventure? What if every heartbeat, every breath, carries the wisdom of lifetimes before? Across history, across continents, countless souls have whispered the same astonishing truth. Death is not an end. It's a new beginning. And today, the evidence is more extraordinary than ever. For millennia, humanity has whispered of reincarnation, a cycle of life, death, and rebirth. But what if it's more than just myth? What if the evidence is all around us, waiting to be seen? Today, we uncover 6 extraordinary cases where the veil between lives seems to have lifted. Stories so precise, so haunting, that even skeptics were left breathless. 6 lives, 6 impossible memories, 6 journeys across the boundaries of death itself. Across history and cultures, reincarnation has been a sacred truth for billions, a belief that our souls return, life after life, learning, evolving. Yet in the modern age, real-world stories have surfaced, suggesting reincarnation isn't just spiritual poetry, it might be undeniable reality. Researchers like Dr. Ian Stevenson and Dr. Jim Tucker spent decades gathering thousands of incredible cases. Today we journey through 6 of the most breathtaking. James Leininger, the World War II fighter pilot. At just 2 years old, James Leininger was gripped by terrifying nightmares of crashing planes and explosions, accompanied by desperate cries of airplane crash, plane on fire. He described memories of being an American pilot who was killed when his plane was shot down by the Japanese during World War II. His parents, Andrea and Bruce Leininger, were initially skeptical, but James's knowledge deepened with chilling precision. He named the Corsair fighter, an aircraft notorious for its tendency to bounce on landing, just as he described. He recalled being stationed on the USS Natoma Bay and mentioned a fellow pilot named Jack Larson. Incredibly, records confirmed every detail. The USS Natoma Bay served in the Pacific during World War II. Jack Larson had indeed been a pilot aboard. Most astonishingly, James Houston Jr. was a pilot who died during a mission near Iwo Jima after the Japanese hit his plane in the engine, just as young James recounted. Even skeptics admitted that James's case is supported by extraordinary evidence that's hard to dismiss. Shanti Devi, the girl who returned home. In 1930s Delhi, a young girl named Shanti Devi began recounting astonishing memories at the tender age of 4. She described her past life as Lugdi Devi, a woman who lived 90 miles away in Mathura. Shanti remembered her previous husband's name, Kedar Nath, the layout of her home, and even minute personal details like hidden jewelry and the color of her bedroom walls. Her case attracted massive attention, eventually leading to a full investigation ordered by Mahatma Gandhi himself. When taken to Mathura, Shanti immediately recognized her former husband, and he confirmed many intimate details she revealed, some known only to Lugdi Devi. Her knowledge extended even to local shops and relatives, further cementing the authenticity of her account. Cameron Macaulay, the boy from Barra. Growing up in Glasgow, Scotland, a young child named Cameron Macaulay often spoke of his other family on the Isle of Barra, 220 miles away in the Outer Hebrides. He described a white house overlooking the sea, planes landing on a beach, and a black and white dog he had loved. Driven by Cameron's vivid and persistent memories, his mother eventually arranged a trip to Barra. Astonishingly, Cameron found the house he had described, a white 2-story home once owned by a Robertson family, just as he had said. He even remembered the layout of the rooms and the location of the 3 bathrooms. Old-timers in the village confirmed the Robertsons had indeed lived there, owned a black and white dog, and watched planes land on the nearby beach. Experts found the consistency and accuracy of Cameron's memories extraordinary, especially given the isolated location and the boy's complete lack of prior exposure to Barra. How could a boy know a home he'd never seen, unless he'd once called it home himself? Ryan Hammons, the Hollywood agent Reborn. In Oklahoma, young Ryan Hammons began having intense dreams of 1940s Hollywood. Movie sets, fancy hotels, and glamorous parties since the age of 3. Ryan insisted he had been an agent, recalling vivid memories of working with celebrities and living a life of luxury. When Ryan's mother showed him the old picture of an Hollywood actor, Ryan identified him as George Raft, leaving her stunned. But was even more astonishing was that Ryan identified the man next to George Raft as himself. After extensive research, they identified the man as Marty Martin, a former movie extra turned successful Hollywood agent. Ryan's memories matched over 50 verified facts about Martin's life, including his address on Roxbury Drive, details about his marriage, the name of his daughter, and even obscure business dealings. Given Martin's obscurity, Ryan's knowledge was nothing short of astonishing, and experts, including Dr. Jim Tucker, declared it one of the most compelling cases ever documented. Purnima Ekanayake, the Sri Lankan incense maker. At a young age, Purnima Ekanayake from Sri Lanka began recounting vivid memories of a life spent crafting incense sticks in the town of Kataragama. She described her former workplace, colleagues, and even her tragic death, struck by a vehicle while riding a bicycle. Upon visiting Kataragama, Purnima astonishingly identified the home of her previous incarnation, recognized her former family members, and pointed out hidden features inside the house. Family members of the deceased incense maker confirmed the obscure details she provided. The deceased incense maker was a man named Jinadasa. He had been run over by a bus while riding his bicycle to the local market. One wheel of the bus had gone over Jinadasa's chest, killing him instantly. Astonishingly, Purnima had a birthmark on her torso exactly where the bus wheel had crushed Jinadasa. Furthermore, Purnima correctly recalled dozens of facts impossible for her to have known otherwise. Her case, meticulously documented by researchers, stands as extraordinary evidence of the mind's ability to carry detailed memories across lifetimes. The Pollock twins, sisters reborn. Florence and John Pollock lived a nightmare no parent should face, the loss of their beloved daughters, Joanna and Jacqueline, in a tragic car accident in 1957. However, a year later, Florence gave birth to twin girls, Jillian and Jennifer. As they grew, eerie signs emerged. Jennifer bore birthmarks identical to her deceased sister Jacqueline's, one on her forehead and another on her waist. More incredibly, despite never having seen their deceased sister's toys, the twins recognized them instantly. They spoke of past memories, events, and places with uncanny familiarity. They recognized landmarks and knew the location of a park they had never seen. Dr. Ian Stevenson, who rigorously documented the case, found it profoundly compelling. In his professional assessment, the evidence suggested something far beyond coincidence. It hinted at the astonishing reality of reincarnation within the same family. Closing thoughts. Beyond death, beyond time. These extraordinary stories, from battlefields to beaches, from incense shops to Hollywood dreams, strongly suggest that reality is much more than meets the eye. We are ancient souls journeying across lifetimes, and if reincarnation is real, death loses its finality. Each life becomes a stepping stone, each love a reunion, each loss a promise. We will meet again. Reincarnation suggests that every hardship, every joy, every chance encounter may carry cosmic significance. It also hints that personal growth, mastering wisdom, love, and compassion, could be the true purpose of our soul's journey, a journey that can only be completed across multiple life experiences. In the end, if all this is indeed true, then you are not a body with a soul. You are a soul temporarily clothed in a body. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss any of our future uploads.